back to where it came from, and you have to have another go. So I've set this page up just very quickly in advance. All I've done here is drawn a square and typed in two separate words, yes and no. So to use the activity builder, I'm going to go over to this new tab on the side here called add-ons. Click on there and you can see the activity builder. I'm assuming there's going to be more stuff going to be there in the future, hopefully, but I'm going to click on the activity builder. It's currently telling me that I've got 0 activity objects on the page. So if I now choose the thing that I want to contain my shapes, I'm going to click on this blue square here. If I click edit, you see how the box has become shaded. So the little toolbar on the left hand side now will let me decide what I'm going to accept and what I'm going to reject. So all I need to do is find the things that I want to be accepted. So in this case I'm going to take the word yes and I'm going to drag that over here to that top box like so, and the word no, which I want to reject, I drag down to the bottom here like so. I can also click on settings and I can choose things like when the object's accepted I can have it spin, and when it's rejected I can have it bounce back. I could also add a sound to it if I wanted to and have it play that sound. I'm fine with that, so I'm going to say done. So to check that this is working, if I drag the yes into the green square, it'll spin in the right place. If I drag the no down to the green square, it'll bounce back. That's in the wrong place. So you could set that set of conditions up for several objects if you wanted to. I can then move the yes back out, save that file. That's ready to use with the students. So to put that into a bit of context, let's try that with an actual lesson example. So on this page I've got 2 boxes this time, and I can set conditions accordingly. So what I'll do, if I start with the box that actually has the insects in it, I'll click on the insects box, I'll choose edit, and you can drag several objects at once. If I select all of the insects, and I've conveniently put them together to make it easy to select them, I'll drag those over to this side and they then go into the accept box. If I select all the non-insects, and I'll drag them down to the reject box, and again on the settings, when accepted let's have them spin, and when rejected we'll keep that as bounce back and we'll say done. And then if I go to the non-insects box, same thing, I'll now go up to edit, click on edit, I'll select these because these are the non-insects and drag those into that box, and if I then go up here and I select the insects, and I'll drag them to the reject box, and again if I just check on the settings I'll have them spin, I'll keep the bounce back and I'll say done. So again, to check that that's working, if I drag an insect into the insect box it should spin and stay there. If I put an insect in the wrong box it'll bounce back, and if I take my spider that'll bounce back, but if I put them in the right box it'll spin. Obviously once I've set this up like this I'd then jumble up the insects and the non-insects so that it's not really obvious that they're in 2 groups, but when making it I find it's easier to have all the related objects together on part of the screen. It's easier to put them into the correct groups, and then you can always jumble them up later on, everything can be moved. So there's lots of different ways that you could use this. Anything where you need to put things into 2 or even 3 or 4 groups, you can set these up quite quickly. If you've got any questions, you can get me through the blog, or you can contact me on Twitter. I'm Danny Nick on Twitter. I look forward to seeing the kind of things that you're making with the activity builder. I think it's a really useful little tool that can create some interesting activities quite quickly, and I'm also looking forward to seeing what else is going to appear in that widgets box in the near future as well. Thank you very much for listening. Do check the blog for updates, and speak to you guys soon.